You want to see more of the car? I'm going to do more of the car. I'm going to do more of the car. That's got me G'd up.
In today's video, we are at Sydney Drag Race. That was nuts.
What is going on, guys? Welcome to today's video. In today's video, we're going to have a look at the wagon, try and freaking diagnose what the hell's been going on with it. But first off, we've been working really hard on this shed, trying to clean it up. As you can see, the floor, you can actually see concrete floor. If you've been paying attention in the last couple of videos, it's all been super dusty and everything because in the insane rain we've been getting in the last couple of months, it floods the shed, puts shit everywhere and dirt and dust, and it's real gross. So we pressure washed it out, tried to weatherproof the side. Should be a lot better now, but there's still remnants all over the ground of crap and stuff everywhere. So what I'm gonna do today is I'm gonna do an old school wash the wagon in the shed so that we got soapy water on the floor. I'm gonna broom it out. It's just gonna add to the cleaning of everything. Now we haven't washed it since summer nats, so we still got a lot of summer nats on the car. So like all of that, you can still see I've got some coolant stuck in that rubber. But yeah, like inside the guards down there is all just mud and everything, so plus you just need to wash. One thing I want to do this year as well is I want to take so much more pride with this thing. I used to love washing the old wagon and making sure it was always mint. And I've kind of been slacking in that game recently. So probably spent an entire day on the wagon really trying to correct the paint because I want to get this as good as it can possibly get. Because to be perfectly honest, I just haven't really been treating it the way it should be treated. And I want that to change. I want the car to look better, present better, and just be better all around. I know it's a little bit late for that. Normally most people would do that for summer nats. Now I'm doing it after summer nats, but what are you gonna do? All right, okay, so I gave up on the shed because I couldn't get good water pressure up here. So I've gone ahead and moved the wagon outside so I can actually get under it because underneath it is absolutely disgusting. Take a look under here where we're gonna try and freaking wash all of it out. I don't know if it really shows up on camera, but it's just disgusting under here. So we're just gonna clean out absolutely everything. Gotta cut that tire off the axle. Let's try and make it a bit nicer in here. She's a bit dirty. Ugh, like if you're just looking all in here and if you can see, I don't know if the lighting will let you see, but it's just caked on with rubber in here. You can see where even with these 3mm tubs, it's still kind of like destroyed the bottom edges, which is gnarly. Oh, that's burnouts for you. Look at all that dirt and crap. I don't even know if you can see it. But blast it all away. Oh, coming off. You kind of have to take all this off because if it just builds up, it turns into like gunpowder. That's one of the ways that you get a quick tire fire. So try and get as much rubber out as possible after events. All right, I'll keep on going. It's really annoying because every time I try to freaking get out there and wash it, the bloody sun comes out. And I don't know if you guys watched any of my previous washing car tutorials or videos or anything like that from back in the day, but sun and a dark car do not mix when you're trying to wash it with soap. So keep trying to wait for the cloud to come across, but man, it's been annoying. But at least we're getting a lot of the rubber and staining from the colored tires off the rear end. I think we're gonna go put it on the hoist so we can look over it and look at all the fuel lines and everything. So from there, we'll be able to actually show you guys and have a good solid look at the foreling because we haven't done that yet. So look at all this on the inside of the front bar, buddy. Half of Exhibition Park's in here. And a bit of rubber that we would have collected from the front tires. But wash all this out. Juicy. Oh, I got a little bit on the screen. Awesome. Alrighty, so we've now pushed the wagon all the way onto the hoist. Getting it up in the air so we can look over stuff.
Mate, you got half a tyre still wrapped around your diff.
Yeah. Nice little bit of rubber that we got to clean off. Oh, yeah, this would still be leaking a little bit of methanol.
Those fuel lines are in a bad spot, eh, wouldn't you?
Yeah, but how do you make them better? Like,
come through down the rail.
I guess, yeah, you could come.
You'd have to come down here and then cross over in there. Cross over into there and down the side of the rail.
Self-clearancing, I like it.
That is mad self-clearancing.
Yeah. But look how low it comes.
What I was thinking is you could have pushed that bar up a bit higher to get yourself 20 mil.
But remember, this kit isn't made for slammed burnout cars. It's not what they're thinking about.
So that's really just to clearance the fucking tail shaft. Yeah. Because would a two-piece come down at a more aggressive angle? It would. And that's why you get more clearance on the tunnel. So it is a balancing act between hitting top of the tunnel and hitting the fucking bar. Yeah.
We've really got to try and figure out how to get the dipstick to seal properly too, because over time, especially cruising around Nats, it just slowly starts to drip out.
And that shit turns to fucking like petrol, I reckon.
Oh yeah.
Hot.
We grabbed something here. Pulled that
Bro, we
down.
honestly cannot leave them like that. That is so close to wearing through.
Oh no, these lines are getting replaced. Because see how they're Teflon braid?
Yeah,
I want steel braid.
Yep. That has crashed, but not enough to
Not enough
worry.
to do what,
What we were
what
thinking.
was doing.
What's that? Just a breather.
What?
No, that's
No, the filter goes there.
Ah.
But there's no. I wasn't going to throw it back in when
Yeah,
we're taking all those lines out.
I can't see, other than that filter, why that fucking tank went empty, bro.
Bro, there is a possibility that I forgot to flick the pump on. Like that is easily can be put in there.
I feel like we would have gone through heaps more fuel than that. You would have gone through that much fuel just in that little skid we did on Skid Row.
10 litres?
Yeah.
Well, in a minute, if I use, let's say 30 litres, in a minute of flat stick, and that would have been like 20
But
seconds.
then we cruised all the way down there and then cruised all the way back.
So we thought, well, we got Benny up in the car on the shifter. We'll get Tim to show us how we adjust the shifter cable.
Last time was done by Pete at Power Cruise, so...
About a year ago.
Yeah, nearly right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Alright, so you want to make sure that when this slides in and out, there's zero tension. So see straight away, you can see it's out of adjustment because it moved fucking half a pin space forward. So like I can't even get that in that hole. So it's not grabbing right. So then, yeah, I can't, and that's full forward. Ben, that's full forward, eh? Yeah, that's fine. Yep. Can you just select it, like just push it again? Make sure it, yeah, righto. Okay, yeah, we're out. Oh yeah, there. There's a bit of slop in the cable that allows it to go in, but it's not great.
Yeah.
Come back down to first. Oh yeah, that's not too bad there, see that?
Yeah,
Straight
hedges in and out, yeah.
Yeah, now second. Yep, that's pretty good, yep.
Oh yeah, cool.
Third. Yep.
Oh yeah, see.
Yep. Yeah, so
That's neutral.
that's where we start to get a little bit of... Yep.
That should be first park.
Yep,
Oh, yeah,
that's
in
good.
and out.
Yep. Ooh. Go again, forward. Oh, sorry. Come back. Yeah, so he's
Well,
got
that's
it now.
double park.
Oh, is that just double
Yeah,
park?
so that
go,
could...
go forward. Oh yeah, that's just double park then, yeah. That's,
Okay, yeah, cool.
That's fine.
You did a good job, Pete.
Yeah, he did actually. Like it's slightly tight in park, but it's not dragging on park at all because of the double click, so it's fine.
Well, could that even possibly be because there's tension on the wheels, possibly where it was sitting last?
No, like it's not
there's
enough
load
to
on
worry
it?
about because
Yeah.
you got that long throw into park.
Yeah.
It's never going to drag, and like you're not trying to move while you're in park, so it doesn't matter.
So you're literally just putting this little knob
Yep.
far enough along this threaded section so that there's no tension when it's
Yep.
in any gear.
And then
that's it.
You can adjust by rotating it, so you undo the little nut there and rotate it. But then if you can't get it right, then you finite adjust with these two. So it can be quite fiddly if you...
I could imagine.
Yeah.
And now I know how to adjust it myself.
Yep.
Or at least know what to look for.
Yeah, they're actually easy to check for once you have a look, but...
And this is the oil drain that I put on it, which is an awesome idea, but it's really shit when you're using a very thick oil because you've only got a tiny little pinhole in the center there that it comes out of. So, like, at summer nights, I'd wake up at 6 a.m. and open it, and then at like 8 when everyone was waking up, I'd check it and it's still dripping.
Really?
Yeah, and in the container, I'd probably have like 6 or 7 litres, whereas normally you have like all 8 litres or more now that we've got the cooler and everything.
You should do it once it's warm, so that the oil's thinner.
Yeah, but I want to change it. Like, this is after a day of doing something. But yeah, we could have opened it when
Like at the end of the day.
after activities.
Yeah, at the end of the day.
Yeah, other than getting that dipstick to seat properly up here, we're all pretty... Everything looks really good, actually.
Are you going to unbolt the fuel lines?
Yeah, but I'll wait until I've actually got the fuel lines. Because for whatever reason, we can still put fuel in it, start it, and drive it.
Yep.
There's no point making it so it's undrivable. Because, dude, it's going to be like $400 to $600 just to do those 2 lines.
Will it?
Yeah. So we only did very minimal damage to the side skirts too, and a little bit of scrubbing. I forget which pill we put back in it.
Yeah, I don't know. I think you put the original one back in it, didn't you?
We'll find out, because that was a 95.
Yep.
Or did we put the biggest one we had in it? 115.
I don't think you did.
We did.
Oh.
I think you were down. Oh, you actually may have been lining up to go on the skid with Mitch.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
But we were playing with it. We were like, oh, well, let's take out as much as we can. Yeah, it's the 115.
So what's going back in it?
95. I have no idea how these control the fuel.
Yeah, I know. A little needle.
And it's like the hole goes this way.
Yeah.
Like that
And then
little
the
hole
other-
that's controlling it
yeah.
is going this way, or the fuel's going that way.
That's right.
And I always think, I'm like, oh, maybe we should try and clean all this out and everything and use like a degreaser on or an alcohol. And I'm like, runs on alcohol. Do you think it kind of keeps it, kind of cleans it out?
Yeah. What does everyone say? You should, if you're going to leave the car sit.
I can leave it sit for a long time.
Or
Flush it
just,
through with 91 or 98 with petrol. And then what Jake does and what I do as well now is it CRC? No, I can't remember what it is. It's a specific silicone spray that they use.
Yep.
And I just take the fittings off, spray it in the line, spray it in the pills, spray it down the lines. Literally do it through every fuel line you can get to.
Yeah. And just.
But I've also heard of guys that once a year they'll replumb their fuel system just so that it's all fresh and.
A lot of work.
I was gonna say, and fucking expensive.
And money, yeah.
All right, so from what we can kind of gauge, from what we've checked out, it's pretty much looking like it's ready to rip again. We did kind of crease, flatten the rear, with the fuel lines at the back near the filter. The filter was super clagged up. That's my fault. I would have thought with always having clean drums and then using the little gauze filter over the jerry cans when pouring it in and really watching those, I would have thought that, and then having those filters, that it would have been fine. It's methanol. I thought it would have been cleaner than ethanol or 91, 98 that you get at a Bowser pump that could be coming from anywhere. I thought it would have been really refined and really good. Turns out you still get the discrepancies in it. The thing was clagged up with and gummed up with heaps of shit. So pulled out the stainless steel element, cleaned it out, got some photos just here. And other than that, we'll replace those fuel lines so that they're not going to scrub, so that they're not really pushed anymore. We'll replace the rear fuel pump. There's a possibility we could have hurt the rear fuel pump with running it at real low voltage when we killed the alternator and then killed that battery. So we'll swap it out anyways because they're only $100 or so why not? And then we're just gonna have to take it to a Wednesday night ASAP and test it and see how it goes. I'm gonna get myself a bunch of these little pills because obviously these are Benny No gases, so I'm gonna send these back down to him and the boys at Rod Shop. And I'm gonna get my own so that we can start being able to do this on the fly. Now that we know what pill is in it, what we can buy to be 20 thou over, 20 thou under, that kind of thing. Right, so now that we've finished playing with the wagon for now, we're getting back onto the Calais. And the issues that we're having at Summernats was we thought it was overheating. But what do you actually think the issue was that it is, Tim?
No, I think that the temperature sensor isn't calibrated in the same way as the gauge. Because once we got a temp gun onto all the radiator hoses and that, they were reading completely different to what the gauge was.
And the gauge would say it was super hot. You could have your hand in the engine bay like this, and it was not radiating heat.
And then we chucked on that mechanical gauge into the outlet of the radiator, and it was saying 82, but the temp gauge in the car was at 220 Fahrenheit, which is sort of
110?
110, I think. Yeah, 105, 110. And it just wasn't aligning, so we're hoping this will fix the issue.
Hopefully. So you're still using the same gauge, just a different sender?
Yep, same gauge, autometer sender now to suit.
Oh, sick. So what was this? This is a 308 sender and a 355?
308 sender. Not to suit that gauge, I believe.
Oh, okay. Alrighty, so it's the next day. I have absolutely no idea what we finished off yesterday, but today, what I want to do while all the boys are out and everything is I want to begin to buff and do a lot to this wagon and just start to bring it up a little bit better because I just want it to look better. We've got marks, we've got overspray, we've got a bit of everything. And then also we had a little bit of damage on the rear quarter and also the rear door still had belt slap from when we first ever did a skid in this. So I went ahead and knocked back all the top of the paint on this. Pretty much just blast it with 400 and 500 grit sandpaper so that we can just paint over it again. I'll do the painting because I love it, and I've got a pretty decent hand on painting now, so may as well try and do it, get it to my best. And I think long before Summer Nats next year, if anything, we're probably going to do a closed door respray. If not, potentially maybe even change the color. But seems though it's not going to be permanent, I want to try and get it as good as it can now, and I may as well do it myself, because what better car to learn on. So I'm going to get into it now. Just cleaned off the pad, and I guess let's just get to town. All right, so as you can see here, we've got a whole lot of overspray just along this line here. A couple other different marks. I'll give it a nice little wipe off. You can see some sanding or scratching across the top here. I don't think I'll be able to get all of it out, but I'm going to give it a bloody red hot go. Alright, so remember what exactly this looks like now? Now let's look at it, and oh, dang, that looks good. Shit, I did an alright job of that. Maybe I should do more of it. How good does that look? Especially when you compare it to Dusty McDustin and Sandy McSand up there. God, that's like showroom finish with a tiny bit of orange peel. But oh, look at that. How sick is that? Alright, that's giving me motivation to do more of the car. I'm gonna do more of the car now. Do you want to see more of the car? I'm gonna do more of the car. I'm gonna do more of the car. It's got me G'd up. Damn, that looks so good. So now we go from where it's all sanded and quite shitty to how it used to be, and then just, oh, daddy, look at that. Damn, it looks so good. Like when you get on the right angle, you get that pop of red even in here. And then did a little bit in the engine bay as well, just to make it look a little bit nicer. Just look at it, dog. Even getting the red popping from up here now. Look at that. Looks so good. But sadly, I destroyed the buffing pad. The backing came off it. So I'm gonna have to buy another one before I can keep going. I was about to do the front bar and then keep going on the other side of the car, but I destroyed it. So, and then another thing we got to do is we got to pull these tanks out and repaint them, because you can see I polished them, but they've been going grey. They're not black like they are on the sides anymore. So pull them out, repaint them, get them nice and black and shiny. Again, all this stuff we should have really done before Summer Nats, but damn, that looks so good. All right, so I've gone ahead and pulled apart the Clearview filter. I've got a brand new filter here ready to go in. Now the best thing about this filter is not only when you clear it out, you can look through the little viewfinder and have a look, but if you can actually pull the element out and then take it outside, clean it, and have a look in both sides, make sure that it's all right. Now you can see that there is very minor stuff. I believe that like there, you get a bit of black stuff every now and then. I believe that's rubber, because you've got no filter. You're kind of just sucking in whatever goes in there. But the best thing about this is now completely serviced, cleaned out, because we have this issue where I think it's because the engine's grout filled, and we can't get enough water in the engine to cool it. It kind of just like, it gets the oil hot after skids, or when we did a full lap of Summer Nats, it'd get hot and start burning the oil. But it's always done that, especially on the pad on skids. So I don't know, maybe we need to add another oil cooler or a bigger, better one, or I don't know, something, because like this helps, but I don't know if it's cutting it. I don't know if it's doing the job, this one here. So we'll put this thing back in now. And one thing that does suck with these, because there's alcohol in them and everything, alcohol in the fuel that mixes with the oil. I don't know if you can see it, but on the inside there, yeah, you can see there, it's like splitting and cracking and getting all foggy. That happens with all of them. I know that happens with the round Clearviews from the States as well. You kind of can't do anything about it other than replace it. So maybe in a couple months when it actually makes it really hard to see through there, we'll replace it, but for now it's still doing fine. It sucks because you're slowly starting to see it happen. But now we'll fill this up with oil, chuck it in there, and then one other little trick that I've been doing as well, just to help with oil pressure on startup, is I take off this cap just here and I fill the Clearview with oil too, because it takes a couple 100 mil. It just helps that when you're cranking the engine, it doesn't need to fill this up before it can then get oil down into the engine. So it's just the little things that help it, I guess. And then as well, I found out a really cool hack when you're trying to get oil out of it, if you want to clear it. Say if you don't have a compressor with you at the track, you can grab your Makita, Milwaukee, a Zito, your little blower, and the little rubber hose fits perfectly over dash 12 and makes a real tight seal. And then you can just pump it, blow it, and it'll just push all of the oil out real quick. Just as quick as if you were to hook up a little compressed air line. So, little hack, especially for the B&R ones, where it's got two little inlets. If you're not using the second one, these bad boys work great to pump it through. All right, fill her up with oil, and we'll probably call it a day. That's probably where I'm gonna sign out today. So I'll catch you guys in the next one, which will be most likely Tuesday, because we really want to get back onto the schedule. But yeah, catch you in the next one. Take it easy, see you later, peace.
Bugging, there's nothing that we got in common. I've been out grinding and hustling, investing this paper, got tired of eating that ramen. All of my music be heat, I ain't missing a beat. I've been blessed with impeccable timing. Watch all them people who friendly, it turn into envy whenever they see